Okay, I want to introduce you to somebody extremely special. Her name is Angie. Hi, Angie,
Hi,
darling.
Terry.
So,
Hello.
so Angela is somebody that you guys probably know because Angie was in the group and she joined the academy when we opened in July, August. And so I want her just to talk about how she's doing. So, Ange, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm
Are
doing good.
you?
I am.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I love to hear that you're doing great.
I am. Yep. I am nearing almost 45 pounds lost since the beginning of June. So I started, as you know, just by reading your book and kind of just exploring through the group and just trying to figure out how I can put all this together and just honestly just figuring out, is this somebody that I can trust? Does she know what she's talking about?
Of course.
What's this group all about? Yeah. And I even went as far as that I actually bought your book just so in case it was one of those scams, where I give you my info and all of that. So I actually went to Amazon, purchased the book so you didn't have my info to track me down.
Oh, funny.
Read
You
it.
never shared that story
I
with
know,
me.
it just came to mind. And read the book and just started immediately putting it into practice. Everything I could gather from it, I put into practice. And we started in August. So I was about 2 months in before I actually joined the academy and started with you then at that point with the group of ladies. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm about 45 pounds down. I've gotten rid of 3 medicines already. Got rid of,
How does that make you feel?
that's amazing. Yeah, I'm so happy. Because anything I can do naturally, I'd prefer to do it that way. So
Yeah.
I've already gone off of metformin that I was taking twice a day and off of 2 blood pressure medicines. So yeah, so that's amazing.
So amazing. So talk a little bit about, the pain you were in before. Like, can you talk a little, I mean, I don't want to make you cry, but but can you talk a little bit about like what made you decide to finally just do something about your diabetes?
Well, probably about 3 or so years ago, I'm losing track of time here lately. It must be my age.
No.
But, I had gone through a program with a doctor and I had lost about 85 pounds. And then over the last few years, I had put it back on, which means at that point I had reversed the diabetes, the blood pressure was gone, everything. So I put it back on part of the weight. And of course, those things came back, right? So that
Mm,
told me at that point that I knew I didn't have this figured out. Even working one-on-one with a doctor every single week, I knew I didn't have what I needed to make this lifelong because I had done the program, I had fixed it, I'd reversed it, and yet still, when you start to step back and step away, um, life comes back in, right? And so
mhm,
I wasn't prepared for life again to do it on my own. So I knew I had to figure it out without supplements, without as far as like an eating program, right? I knew I needed to figure out how to do this and how to manage it for life with normal everyday food, and
mhm.
not his bars or, whatever we were taking at the time. So just started researching and figuring out. I went plant-based in 2018 and did that for almost a year, but I just didn't have the knowledge that I needed to really fine tune it to make it work. So I got results, but I didn't see a lot of weight loss with it. My
Yeah.
blood sugars did, they did become
Yeah.
more stable and stuff, but it wasn't, the diabetes wasn't gone. It
Yeah.
helped it, but it wasn't gone because I didn't have the knowledge that I'm getting from you to take it farther, to say,
Yeah.
okay, what are these tweaks that I can do to make this
Mhm,
really, really work for me and my body and what I'm going through, because every
mhm.
one of us is different in our level of sensitivity to the insulin or
Yep.
um, you know, everything. The medicines we're on, to me,
Mhm.
one of the blood pressure medicines I was on was causing my blood sugars to be about 30 points higher. Who knew?
Yeah.
I didn't know that,
Right. Right.
So just the
Right.
wisdom that we gain out of the group and from your,
So how do you feel about like are you pretty confident that you've got this lick now? Like you're on the right path and like you're not stressed or worried that your diabetes will come back?
um, I am not confident that it's completely licked because I have work to do yet, but I know that I'm on the right path. So
Yes.
between getting the knowledge from you that we're gaining, through the academy, and also just the support. I mean, the support of the other ladies that are in the academy with me is what keeps you driving too.
Ah.
I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not the only one in this. I know
Mhm.
I personally am doing a lot of emotional work right now. So things that I haven't even wanted to admit to myself, I've been willing to open up to this group of ladies with, to say, you know, this is my struggle. I mean, it's hard to talk to my husband about those food struggles because he, of course, doesn't, he doesn't struggle with that, you know.
Right. Yeah.
He's my sugar boy, and so he gets to eat what he wants, and he doesn't have any repercussions from that, and he doesn't have desires for food like I do. So to talk to him, he's clueless. But to be able to express that with the ladies and say, you know, these are my struggles, and they can understand, but they don't make it acceptable to continue that way, you know.
Right.
So just the encouragement from everybody.
Yeah. I think that's huge.
Hmm.
I love seeing how you guys are all, you know, we talked about this just today on our call, but how the sisterhood in that group is just amazing. And it's we get to know each other so well. And like you said, you know, I think part of our results are driven by support and by knowledge. And when you have that support and that knowledge, and, you know, just like you said perfectly, it's just, you can't talk to your husband about it. They don't know, you know. You want to be a wife to your husband, not a
Right.
not a
Well,
complaining whatever, but
yeah, and it's nice to we all bring something different. You know, we've all bring a history. We all bring our past with us of life experiences and things that we've gone through, and it, you know, I'm not typically one who would open up and be vulnerable, but I have been, and maybe because there is still some distance, right? So I'm not working with these people every day. I'm not necessarily, you know, we're close knit, but all through, you know, the group. So, so letting them see a little bit of my crazy, I guess, is okay. I've been vulnerable enough because I'm open enough to say, I know that this is one of my issues that I need to fix to move forward and to really get past this once and for all. So if there's emotional things we can work on, you know, like you told us from the beginning, we have to be coachable. So I'm trying to be coachable because I know in a year from now, those things are going to come up if I don't deal with them. So let's deal with, you know, what's driving me to the kitchen cabinet for a Hershey's bar late at night because I'm stressed and worried about my kid, or, you know, whatever that is. So
amazing. Yes. You've done amazing, Ange, and I'm proud of you. And I'm so glad you're part of the Academy. You bring such a wonderful element to the group. And, you know, one of the passions and one of the reasons why I started the group coaching like this is just because of that reason. It's really, I find it's kind of similar to when I was going through cancer. I wish I would have had a group of women that were going through it with me. It's very hard. I think as women, as we're wired to be very relational. And I think it's very hard to do these difficult things on your own. So I love the sisterhood that we have in the Academy, and you are amazing supporter, and you've just done an amazing job. And I love coaching you. You're super fun. So there you go. Well, thank you for all of your awesome words. And I'm sure the girls will maybe reach out to you and want to ask you questions. Are you okay with that?
Absolutely. Yes,
all right.
please do.
Awesome. Thanks, Ange.
All right. Thanks, Terry. Have a good night.
Bye.